Does Bernie Sanders have a problem with black voters? That's the question they want to ask. They've been asking it since 2015. Every time we turn around, that's the question they throw out from cable news. Well, TheHill.com released an article on Sunday entitled, Bernie Sanders has a big problem with Biden and black voters. Now, for the record, they used the poll, the Morning Consult poll. Us at the Tim Black TV show, we don't believe in polls that much. No, we don't prefer polls, as in telephone polls or polling data. We prefer cell towers. So the poll that they used, Morning Consult, 5,000 voters, independents, Republicans, Democrats, different age ranges. And one thing that we saw consistently across it was it really cut along age. Bernie Sanders attracted more of the young vote, and the older vote was poured more by Joe Biden. That's right. Joe Biden, old folks, Bernie Sanders, young folks. All right? That's how it looks. Okay, Tim, what about black people? What about black people? Because they keep asking about the black people. What about the black people? Okay, here's your answer. According to the poll, if you believe in polls, Joe Biden was polling 47% of black women voters. That's large. In fact, it's the largest group that Biden polled, black women. There's also other metrics in these polls, right? Such as electability, which is favorability in name recognition. Bernie Sanders had higher name recognition and higher favorability ratings than Joe Biden. But still, Joe Biden was polling further with black female voters at 47%. What infuriates me about this poll is that no one's asking the obvious question, which to me, in a party that focuses on identity politics, as much as a Democratic Party, why aren't you asking why isn't Cory Booker polling higher with black folks?
I don't believe that. I believe we will bring our country together. I believe we will achieve things that other people say are impossible.
Oh, Bernie should pull all the black votes, but an actual black person by the name of Cory Booker, who's a senator, you have no questions why he isn't? Kamala Harris looks black. Jamaican father, Indian mother. Why isn't she polling better with black voters?
And I knew that the people in our society who are most often targeted by predators are also most often the voiceless and vulnerable. I believed
Bernie's beating her in this poll. Why isn't that a question? Now, the obvious reason I would say, just to pull something out of the air here, that seems logical and makes sense, is Barack Obama. A lot of black folks who voted for Hillary Clinton because Hillary Clinton was endorsed by Barack Obama are now feel favorably about Joe Biden because Joe Biden worked with Barack Obama for 8 years.
Love that guy. I love Joe Biden. I really do.
What'd you get?
I got the 9th Street.
I'm paying for Joe, so don't take his money.
Hillary pulled in 70% of the black vote. We got Biden at only 47, and no one's asking why isn't Biden doing better? Well, maybe because name recognition as well. A lot of people didn't know Biden, don't know anything about Biden. I mean, he fizzled out of the 2008 election so fast, a lot of people had no idea what he was, who he was, what he was about. And they didn't pay much attention to Biden in the rear of the Obama presidency. Now, one of the criticisms about Bernie Sanders from black voters online is that Bernie Sanders does not have any specific plans for black folks. In fact, it's a criticism that I've made as well. Because if Bernie Sanders can poll so highly with black folks against the vice president of the first black president, imagine what Bernie Sanders could do if he had a black agenda. Won't people just admit one of the reasons why you say Bernie Sanders doesn't need or wouldn't be good to have a black agenda is because America's so racist that would turn off white voters, which are what Bernie would need in order to win not only the nomination but the presidency in general. Why come we can't just admit that that's part of it? I mean, a government that had focused policies that limited black people, why can't we have a president that has policies that favor black people specifically, or specifically address black people? I mean, those segregation, those Jim Crow laws did, the redlining that the banks did specifically focused on black people. And miss me with the whole idea, okay, that black people are not going to come out. Hey, Bill Clinton did not have a black agenda and black people still came out. Barack Obama did not have policies that specifically affected black people. In fact, he was specific when he said, I will not have policies that specifically affect black people. And then he proceeded to specifically have policies that focused on LGBTQ, undocumented immigrants, and women. And never did he say, I'm not the president of only undocumented immigrants, I'm not the president only of women, and I'm not the president only of the LGBTQ. Back to this thing with Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders will be able to contend with Joe Biden because I believe, as many others do, that the best day Joe Biden has on the campaign trail is his first day. I don't see Joe Biden going up in the polls. I see him going down in the polls. Where do I get the basis for that? Well, his other campaigns, his other polling. It's true. Ronald Reagan failed 3 times at the presidency. Then he won it. But is Joe Biden a Ronald Reagan?
Biden addressing a predominantly male crowd of union electrical workers, seeming to make light of the allegations.
I just want you to know I had permission to hug Lonnie.
I don't think Joe Biden is Ronald Reagan. I think Joe Biden is Joe Biden. He's already making goofs on the campaign trail, such as this when he refers to the hood.
And through a program we had through community colleges, we said, look, put together a program for us where we can teach people how to code. So they went out literally into the hood, and they turned out 54, and they had to be all women, the vast majority were women of color, no one with more than a high school degree.
Now, if that had been Bernie Sanders making a goof like that, talking about the hood, we actually went to the hood. How about you went to the black community? That makes more sense. Body by it. But if Bernie Sanders would have used that type of language, there definitely would have been article after article, conversation after conversation about Bernie Sanders being insensitive to the black community. So Bernie Sanders, as far as him in the black vote, I think that Bernie Sanders has just as much opportunity to get the black vote as anyone else. I think that we have a field that's going to change as they leave the race as quickly as they join the race. Bernie Sanders will capitalize on that. I think Bernie Sanders will continue to grow his base of young voters. If you can energize young voters to go out to the polls, this will be a very close race between Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders. But unlike Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders is more disciplined on the stump. And I think there will be less gaffes. Black women saying, I would vote for Joe Biden. Some of that is residual pain left over from Hillary Clinton losing the nomination. They had brought into the fallacy that it was, if it weren't for Bernie, Hillary would be president. And the transfer of fondness for Obama, but I don't believe that Joe Biden will be able to run for 18 months or let alone a year on the weight or the spirit of Obama. It would make a difference if President Obama would come out and endorse Biden, but he will not because he will look horrible if Biden were to lose. He already did that once with Hillary Clinton. So I don't expect Obama to come out and endorse Biden. And the Biden-Obama effect will start to wear off. It was Joe Biden on the campaign trail already talking about how he did not ask Obama for his endorsement. He wants to keep it, fair and square. He wants to run this campaign based on his own merits and not use his relationship.
But you said yesterday, I asked President Obama not to endorse.
Yeah, well, look,
Why?
The president, everybody knows, I think everybody knows, we didn't only serve together, but our families are close. We became very close personal friends. I mean, it's as some of the vice presidential scholars and presidential scholars have written it, they think there's very few, probably no other administration where the president and vice president became as personally close. I grew
to respect him, and he is just a man of great honor and discipline, and his family, he and my wife and Michelle are close friends. They were talking to each other they went over to see each other the other day. So I didn't want it to look like he was putting his thumb on the scale here.
I don't think there's anybody who believes Joe Biden wouldn't use every advantage at his disposal in order to get a leg up. It's almost astonishing that people believe that Joe Biden, with a worse record than Hillary Clinton, but ironically, a lot of the same policies will somehow best Hillary Clinton and defeat Donald Trump. I don't understand the logic here. I want to keep you up to date each week about the Bernie So Black polls to let you know what's going on. As the largest independent black media on the left in the country, I think I'm well positioned to do this and also explain the intricacies of the black vote as we go through this process. Click right here. Tim Black's Bernie So Black video breaks it down to a large degree. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook at Real Tim Black. I'll see you on the next one.